Hey, so I figure a lot of you are probably like me. The coolest things on the tree aren't always the prettiest. Usually there's something made for you by a kid. This, I'm pretty sure that's a star. I'm positive it's just a bunch of popsicle sticks colliding. There's some glitter and some marker at random spots on there. We're gonna call it a star, right? If you were to see this like at a yard sale and it was laying on a table and it had a price tag on it that said 50 cents, I bet you wouldn't give up 50 cents. But the reason for that, the reason it wouldn't hold value to the rest of the world is because they don't know who made it. I know the kid who made this. I know that kid and I love that kid. And so if you paid me 50 bucks for it, I wouldn't give it to you. Maybe 75. It's messed. But I know the kid who made it. And because I know the kid who made it, it's valuable to me. And I love putting stuff like this on the tree. And now look, Jesus is like that. So until you know Jesus, Christianity is not going to be valuable to you, right? And here's what I mean by that is basically it's totally worthless unless you know Jesus. This whole belief system, showing up to church, reading the Bible every now and again, tuning in to Christian music on your radio, it's good, don't stop it. But it's just gonna be one more thing until you know Jesus. I mean, think about what this is, this belief, this faith, Christianity, being a believer. Think about what this is. We believe, more than that, we follow this son of a Jewish carpenter who was born in a barn, who grew up, who was homeless for all intents and purposes, had no degree of wealth, never ever sat at the power seat of political structure or power as the world knows it, held no degree of significance, held nothing that would create for him significance or notoriety or structure in the world, ever. Was known only to a small group of people, really. Was killed by his enemies. And then we believe that 3 days after he died, a torturous, awful death, he rose up from the grave. That's our Savior. That's who we place our entire faith and trust in. Can I tell you something? If you don't know Jesus, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to believe. We believe in a poor, homeless, powerless man who was killed by his enemies, was defeated, and then we say he rose from the grave. It's true. It's crazy, but it's true. It's everything to me because I know him. If I didn't know him, it would be senseless babble. So I just gotta ask you today, are you in touch with him? Do you know Jesus as your Savior? Because if you don't, and you're still going through the motions of religion, and you're checking all the boxes that seem to matter so that you can hang out in the social group that you hang out in, man, what you've got ain't worth 50 cents at a yard sale. But if you'll get to know him, he's everything. He's everything. And like Paul said, I'd consider everything else a waste of time, worthless, before I knew him. I'd trade it all just to know him. Do you know him today? Man, what a great day just to spend some time and get to know him.